Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and my road trip around Tasmania continues, and I find myself back in a somewhat familiar location. I've been here on every trip to Tassie leading up to this, but you just cannot drive around Tasmania and not come here. Now this is the town of St Helens, which is basically in the heart of the Bay of Fires, and so I'm here to shoot this gorgeous district under the stars at night. Now there's been a bit of a weather front going through, but as you can see, well maybe you can see, there's a clear sky over towards the east and around. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to get some results here in the time that I'm staying here. But anyway, I'm going to suss it out. I'll probably try and find some different compositions to the last time I was here. Now, for those of you who don't know the Bay of Fires here in Tasmania, it is a whole coastline. There's miles and miles and miles of it, of rocky shores and outcrops. Gorgeous, great big boulders covered in this golden lichen, and it is absolutely spectacular. But anyway, I'll show you a little bit more closely as we go through this video. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do is look around this town to see if I can find somewhere to have a shower. I've been on the road, living in the back of the car for quite a few days, and well, I can't smell anything, but you know, I might run into somebody and might wonder what the funny odor is. So anyway, that's my next job. Well, what an awesome town this is. It took me about 5 minutes to find this place. So as we go around, there is actually a spot around here for showers. There's a laundry at the front. Have a look at that. Showers, just what I want. The trouble is it's $1 a minute and I haven't got any change. Oh, hang on. There's a change machine. All right, so it says insert notes, 5, 10, 20, 50. I've got $5. Please call a number if any issues. Well, we'll find out if there's any issues, won't we? All right, here we go. Okay, I got $1. Hang on. Oh, here they come. 2, 3. Oh, gee, there's even a car wash here. I'm going to need more coins for that, aren't I? The car is filthy. All right, first things first, I've got to give myself a wash. Let's go. That feels so much better. Oh, having a good shower. Tell you what, that's one thing I love about Tasmania. Just all of the places you can go to just to get facilities for people travelling through. Camping and showers and all sorts of things like that. Oh, and if you're wondering about these white shirts, by the way, I've got another one on. It's not the same one. I got a deal at Kmart, $4.50 each. So I've got quite a few of these babies and they've been fantastic. Okay, so the next job, I'm nice and clean and refreshed. I'm going to find somewhere to eat. I'm starving. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. This is the absolute life. Have a look at this. Eggs Benedict, one of my favourites. What more could you want? A perfect little cafe in the middle of an ideal situation for shooting photography and certainly nightscapes. Feeling fresh after a shower. Oh boy, I think I need a nap after this, but I'll tell you what I am going to do is go searching for locations. Anyway, let's get into this. So I've arrived at the first beach I want to have a look at here. Frustratingly, it's raining just a little bit. It's sprinkling, annoying more than anything. The thing it does, it makes the sand all wet and you get, it's just dirty. I'm glad I didn't wash the car because it's filthy just driving up these dirt tracks. But anyway, I'll show you this composition because it is absolutely awesome. So just over here you can see this composition I've got in mind, and those rocks up there to this side will be leading down into the ocean. The Milky Way galactic core is going to come straight up over the top of those rocks, and it's going to end up over this side over the water. So I think it's a fairly easy composition. It's quite well sheltered as well if it gets windy, although it's not windy at all at the moment. So pretty easy to access. And I think, yeah, this would make a perfect Milky Way shot tonight. So high tide tonight, I think it's at about 9 o'clock. And so currently the tide's out a fair way, but I'm not quite sure how far up it comes. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see. But any of these compositions around these rocks will be absolutely awesome, I think. So remember I was telling you about the lichen covered rocks here. It's on fire, literally, with colour. The colour is beautiful and it spreads right across the landscape here, all the way down the coast. Just wow, this is amazing. It's an elevated view with a cove, a point and headland down there. The water comes in here and there's rocks everywhere down the bottom. So just having the camera here, you could be looking off down there. The Milky Way galactic core will come up in that location. So it's absolutely perfect. A nice wide shot, I think, would look dynamic here. I don't think it's possible to get down closer to those rocks because it's a bit of a cliff here. But I'll have a snoop around and just see what else I can find. Amazing compositions galore down here. So there's all sorts of rock formations. It's a bit of a paradise actually for photography. I think I might now settle on somewhere where I'm going to stay around here for the night and just wait and see this weather clear. Nice and blue over there, so I'm very happy to see that. Well, I've made it back to the car and you can see there's a bit of persistent drizzle outside, which is quite frustrating because the conditions other than that are perfect. There's no wind and it's really, really calm and the water looks fantastic. So I'm just going to have to wait this out. And according to the weather forecast, there is some clear sky coming my way. So it's still a couple of hours away from darkness. So when that clear sky comes, I am going to make an absolute dash for it to get these shots. So I'm not too sure how much of the videoing I'm going to be able to fit in because it just takes so much more time to do the filming. So bear with me. I'll do my very best to get the shots and I'll keep you guys updated whenever I can. Okay, well, things are back on track. I'll tell you what, it has been an absolute mad rush since I last spoke to you. And the reason being, I was a little bit concerned about the rain happening. So I decided to do blue hour foregrounds. So in other words, take all my foreground shots before it got totally dark. And so the reason I did that was because, well, I wasn't sure what the weather's going to do. And I thought, look, if I get them in the bag, and then I'll do the tracked shots for the sky later on. And I'll tell you what, that was a masterstroke because, and to be honest, it wasn't really blue hour. It was really dark by the time I got back to the location. And I had to get my way onto those rocks. So it was impossible for me to take 2 cameras and 2 tripods to record that. I apologise for you, but I would still be there trying to get across those rocks with all that gear. So anyway, here I am making myself some lunch. And look, sorry, dinner. I don't know what time of day it is. I'll tell you what, look up there, the stars have come out. The stars are out. So beauty, things are going exactly to plan. I'll tell you what, what's for dinner tonight? I'm back on track. Satay chicken with jasmine rice, all right. I think I've had this one before. This is one of those ones where you need to knead the rice to get it working properly. I'll tell you what, you've got to have really good thumbs for this stuff. Man, oh man. Ooh, that's nice and warm too. Absolutely gorgeous. Have a look at that. Oh, it's clear. You beauty. All right, got to have something to eat first. So now I'm getting buzzed by a moth. Oh man, where'd it go? There it is. Come on, fly away. Come on, come on, off you go. Okay, well, I can tell you that there were no moths harmed in the making of this video. I just gave him a little shoo and off he flew into the distance. He probably saw all those stars up there and decided there's a bit of light up there and I'll go over there as well. Wow, this is good. This is really good. I think I could nearly make myself into a decent cook. That is, as long as it comes out of a packet and it doesn't have much cleanup, I'd be fine. I've been here before to this place, but not this exact campsite. They're all the way along the beach here. There's camps everywhere. And this is a nice quiet one. There's only a couple of other people here. So what's with this concept of blue hour shots for foregrounds? Well, it's not something that I have really done a whole lot of, to be honest. But what a lot of people will do is shoot the foreground of their composition when there's still a little bit of ambient light around. So what that means is they can stop down their aperture, get a sharper image, have a lower, more like a base ISO or something like that, and then shoot that, and then shoot their sky like a track sky later on and blend the two together. Now, you can get some pretty good results doing that, but a lot of people prefer, and probably I'm in this boat, prefer to take their shots all during full darkness. And I think the reason for that is you tend to get a more even blend of the foreground and the sky, simply because the lighting conditions are exactly the same for both shots. So the possible outcome for blue hour shots is having trouble blending and getting blue fringing and purple fringing and stuff around trees and things like that. But having said that, for these shots that I took, the foreground, there wasn't any blue sky. It was quite dark, there was cloud, although it was starting to clear, but it was quite late in the day. And I was actually shooting my final shots that I took there at 20-second shutter speeds and at ISO 3200. So it was virtually night settings because it was such a dark foreground. And of course that gets the water nice and blurry as it's moving along. So yeah, the light dropped a fair bit. So that's what I did. You know, I don't know how much of that I'll do in the future. It's probably an option. Particularly if your lenses don't stop down very well and they need to be sharper at say f4 or something like that, then it's quite a good idea. But the proof will be in the pudding of how I can blend all these together. But anyway, my next job is to get the tracker out and track the shots. Now, you're going to ask me, one of the questions will be, how can I be sure I line up the sky exactly where I took the foreground shots? Well, I had that covered because when I was there, I got my PhotoPills augmented reality view app going and I lined up exactly, so I know exactly where the Milky Way is meant to be over each of these compositions. And I do that all the time because, I mean, it's really easy to just put it in any old sky into a composition, and I realise that's what a lot of people might do, but you know, the whole concept here is to represent the scene as best as possible. So that's what I did. Now, of course, you know that the Milky Way moves through the sky. It's not just in one fixed position anyway. So depending on what time of night you shoot the certain scene that you're after, then the core will be in a different place. Now, here in Australia, it rises up. It doesn't just go straight along the horizon like it does for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. It goes up high into the sky. So it covers a lot of territory. So anyway, look, I'm going to get the tracker out. So I think I might just do that. I'm not going to record that again because you've seen me do it. I'll be using the Skywatcher Star Adventurer Mini and my unique Southern Hemisphere polar alignment method using the Sky Safari 6 app. And it works fantastically. It's been great down here in Tassie. It's great back home in Victoria. Seems to work everywhere, so that's a bonus. But anyway, I will leave you guys to it. And in fact, what I'll probably do is come back to you tomorrow morning when I've got a clear head and I'm not so tired, and I'll show you all of the results of the images that I took. Well, good morning, and this is classic Tasmania. Beautiful one day and absolutely spectacular the next. I mean, just have a look at this. This is what it was like last night. Clear as a bell, still clear this morning. I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the day, but anything could probably happen. But I've been so blessed with my travels around Tasmania. I had a great night here shooting all around these rocks, the Bay of Fires. You just have to come here. It is spectacular. All right, well, I'm going to be continuing my road trip around Tassie, and you know what? I have no idea where I'm going today. I'm going to have a look at the map, I'm going to have a look at the weather apps, and just make a decision from there. But either way, I'll see you guys along the way. Take care. I'll see you later.